Okay, everybody, here we go. Let's recap the lesson. So we're talking about periodic functions. And a periodic function is something like a wave. It just goes through and it repeats itself over and over and over again like a wave, okay? It has an amplitude, which is the height of the wave going up and then down. So if you have y equals a, f of x, the a, the number on the front, is the amplitude, how tall the graph is. And you have a period, how wide is the graph. So this graph here is a 2-second wave. Its period would be 2 and its amplitude would be 5. So the amplitude is a horizontal shrink or stretch. It's just the opposite of what you'd think, okay? For example, we're going to find out that it means how many. So it's always the opposite. It's called the period. The period is how wide the curve is. In this case, the period is 2, all right? So a periodic function is any function that will repeat itself over and over the same interval. It has to keep the same max, same min, okay? The period is the length of one full curve. So the length of one full curve, in this case, is 2 seconds. Okay? The amplitude is the height. It's the absolute value of the height because it's how much you go up 5, and then down 5, okay? That is the amplitude, okay? Now, we looked at an example. Here's my periodic function. It goes on and on forever. We talked about, first of all, what is the period? The period is, well, let's see, one full curve, and it repeats itself. It has a width of 1, 2, 3, 4. So the period is 4, okay? The amplitude is how high it is. It goes up to a height of 2 and down for a height of 2. So the amplitude is 2, okay? Period is 4, amplitude is 2. Now, f of 3, what is the y value at x equals 3? So I'm just going to go over it, okay? 1, 2, 3. Here's my x value at 3, and the height is 0. F of negative 2 again is the y. What is the y value at negative 2? So go over 1, 2, and that answer is negative 2. The height at negative 2, okay? Now, f of 99. Well, I could just do this all the way to 99, but that would be a waste of my time. Here's what I know. That every 4, it repeats itself. Every 4 units, it repeats itself. So we're going to let it go and go and go. How many of those cycles of 4 does it have? So I took my 99 and divide 99 by 4 to find out how many of these cycles. So I divided, went in 24, we made a 3. So it's going to do this cycle over and over again for 24 times, except at the very end we're going to have 3 left over. So the remainder of 3 tells me that it would end here, but then 1, 2, 3 more, which put me at 0. Okay? That's how I did this one. On the back side, we took a periodic function. Of course, it goes on forever and ever. I just drew part of it, and we said, okay, what can we do? We want to do a translation. So this particular graph, I moved it to the left 2 and up 1. So I took all of these points, moved it to the left 2, and then I went up 1. And so if you look at all of these graphs, this graph itself got moved over 2 to the left and up 1, and here it is. This one talks about an amplitude change at 3, so it's going to make it 3 times as tall. So it's a stretch. I stretched the graph instead of being up to 2, and I went all the way up to 6. And it's going to be a negative 2, and went all the way down to negative 6, okay? And then finally, this one's the hard one, okay? What it means is I want 2 curves in one period, okay? So I had to squish it. So I drew the original, and by squishing it, it went half as wide. So the easiest way to do this is take the original curve. For instance, it hits here at 1, brought it in, or it hits here at 2, I brought it into 1. Hits here at 5, I brought it into 2.5. And I took the whole curve, hits here at 7, so brought it into 3.5. And I just drew the whole curve squished, and sure enough, I get 2 curves in the space of 1. Okay, so that's what I have. Homework is page 143, 1, 5, 7, and we'll talk about 6. Okay, that's what I have, and talk to you tomorrow.